Today we're going to make a city in linear perspective, but we're going to make it from a very unique viewpoint. Instead of looking at it from street view or bird's eye view or even worm's eye view on the sidewalk, we're going to make it from turtle's eye view, more like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So you will have a square piece of paper. You need to trace a paint tray so it's centered on your page. Then in the center of your circle, put a little dot, and don't make it very dark. It'll get erased later. You just want it big enough that you can see it. That dot is called the vanishing point because everything seems to vanish when it gets closer to it. Then you need a ruler. Going to take that dot, take your ruler, and draw a line. Pivot your ruler, draw a line. Then I can put a top on it. I now have my first building. We'll add windows later. Then repeat. Keep in mind, buildings are all different widths. They're all different heights. And this picture is going to be a radial design. That means it will go all the way around the circle. And there won't really be a top or a bottom to it unless you really want there to be. Keep in mind, for your rooftops, they don't all have to be the same. Some can be flat, some can have points, some can be stair-stepped. Once you've drawn all your buildings, and I even added a little turtle friend who's peeking down the sewer hole at the buddy down below that we can't see, we have to add windows to all of these buildings. Now, as you were working, you should have been turning your paper as you went to draw the buildings, the way they all look correct. So the windows won't be any different. We're still using that vanishing point. On this building, for example, line up my ruler with the vanishing point, find the edge of the building, scooch it in a little bit, and I can draw a series of windows going down. Pivot my ruler, repeat. And the windows are going to curve just slightly to match the curve of your circle. If you wanted smaller windows, it's the same basic idea. Line your ruler up with the vanishing point. Draw your series of windows. Really lightly draw the line so the curve matches that bottom curve on your circle. We'll erase the extra stuff later. And you can use that vanishing point to divide these big windows and make them smaller. And then erase anything you don't need, and you can always add on to them. Maybe each one's going to have a little window box or some kind of a balcony, or maybe there's an archway on top. Try to use your imagination and see what you can create. If you want to have a gap between some of your buildings so you have room for another street, that's fine. You can always use your vanishing point and draw posts that'll hold your stoplight or your street signs. Just make sure you use the vanishing point. The top of it kind of goes the same direction as the rest of the circle. And if there's a gap, you might see the side of your building when you're looking up. So what you want to do is draw a diagonal line that goes slightly down from your edges and use your vanishing point to make the side of the building. On some of them it may look a little awkward. On my spike, I think I'll leave one off. And same thing over here, diagonal line going down. Here's my vanishing point. Line it up. Make the side of the building. And now my buildings are all finished. I got my turtle, a church, a movie theater, an apartment building, a couple office buildings. Even added some little details in the windows to make the buildings look different. Stoplight, street sign. So try to see what you can come up with to make your city look different than everyone else in the class.